What's up, guys? We are back with another G.I. Joe Classified review, and we're taking a look at the poster child for all that is wrong with toy distribution, toy exclusives today. I finally got my hands on this guy. So I finally got a Cobra Trooper from the Target exclusive wave, the Cobra Island figures. And I'm really excited to take a look at this figure, but I cannot stress enough how much I hate everything about what this thing represents right now. It is impossible to find. You just can't find it. It's either not in store, or it's already been gotten, or it's been held, or it's been hidden, or someone at the store has already bought it, or you have to just hunt non-stop in the middle of a pandemic or while you're supposed to be working. So I don't know. I had to trade away to get this guy, and I don't know that I'm going to get too many of them. It's an Army Builder exclusive, and it's a huge, huge pain. So that's about where I'm going to start and stop on that. It's a mess with this guy. He does, however, come in a pretty cool box. I mean, it's the same kind of box we've seen for the other figures so far, but it has some pretty snazzy artwork on it. I really dig everything about the artwork for this guy. It makes him look even cooler than he actually looks. So you've got him there in the big window, the Cobra Island call out there. You've got some fantastic artwork down there in the bottom corner, and then of course a larger shot, a much cooler shot of the Cobra Trooper on the side. And then the back of the box has got that Cobra Island layout, the map, whole schematic type of thing that we've seen with the other figures in this line. So let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. And here he is out of the package, our Cobra Island Cobra Trooper. And I'll tell you right off the bat, it really sucks that I like this figure so much because I just don't know how I'm going to get more of them easily. This guy is exactly what an Army Builder should be. He has a ton of accessories. He has a number of ways to manipulate his look, to make him look entirely different from Trooper to Trooper. So if you have 10 of them, there are a number of different combinations of parts to make him look different and to make him look somewhat more unique, so they aren't all just cookie cutter the same, which I really do like when it comes to Army Builders, especially for this type of Army Builder. So there's a really good reason why so many people want so many of them. So let's take a look, see what this guy can do, see how he moves around. He is pretty standard for the Joe line. He's very much one of those figures that is like all the others, except he has a big rubber thing sitting over his torso, like Roadblock, like Beachhead, things like that. So you've got a head that can look up really, really far. He's got an independently articulated neck, so it does move to help. You've got downward about that far. Tilt side to side is pretty good. Again, more of that neck. And then you've got full rotation as well. Arms go out at the shoulder. They rotate all the way around. You do have a butterfly joint. It does help a little bit. If he didn't have the vest on, it would help more, but it still does help quite a bit. You've got your bicep swivel. We've got double jointed elbows, of course. And then you've got a vertical hinge with rotation on his left, your right. And you've got a horizontal hinge or a lateral hinge on his right, your left. He has an ab crunch. It's in there. It's up in there somewhere, but you can't really use it. So you can get him to move a little bit, maybe a partial click on that crunch a little bit so you can sort of feel it. And then there is the ball peg way, so he can, of course, move all the way around. Tilt side to side, forward and backward as well. Drop down hips, so they move a little bit. They aren't huge, but they do drop down a little bit. And then he kicks outward about that far. He kicks forward, basically 90 degrees. Kicks backward slightly. You do have your thigh cut. We've got our double jointed knees. You do, of course, have your boot cut, shin swivel, and then you've got rocker, and you've got hinges down at those ankles. So there's really not much to complain about when it comes to articulation on this guy. When it comes to the torso and the hindrance at the crunch, the simple fact is that he looks really cool because of how he is designed. So I'm not too upset about that. It does get in the way a little bit, but just like the other figures in this line so far, like Beachhead, for example, he moves really well despite having the vest on. This guy moves really well despite having the vest on. So it's a cool factor, and I'm not going to complain too much about that. And speaking of the cool factor, that is, I mean, obviously, one of the big reasons why people want this guy. He is cool looking, especially when we get to accessories and you get him fully kitted out. I think you can make him look even cooler. So this fella right here is a really snazzy looking action figure. It's very much exuding that G.I. Joe vibe. So he's very tactical. He's got his vest. He's got tons of options when it comes to storing accessories, which I say it every time, I love being able to have everything on a figure if possible. And you can have every single thing this guy comes with on him at any given time. So he's got a holster on the back, he's got a holster up here at the top of his vest, he's got the sheath for his dagger, he has got 2 holes in the back for guns so that they can peg back there. And yeah, I mean, the vest really supports him as far as covering him in weaponry and making him look really, really beefed up, especially when you've got the 2 big guns on his back. You've got a lot of kind of like carbon fiber mesh is what I'm assuming it's supposed to mimic on the chest here, and then on the arms and down the legs. You've got more of that kind of like pant weave pattern. These are really similar to Duke's pants. They're not the same thing though, I don't think, at least at first glance. And then you've got some just kind of gunmetal-y boots, knee pads, and shin pads. So there's not any kind of real Fortnite-y influence that people complain about with this line, at least on some of the earlier figures. They're still not old. But this guy is very much just kind of like a bad dude. That's really what it comes down to. He just sort of looks exactly like you expect a modernized Cobra Trooper to look like, and I'm really happy with that. The Cobra logo on his chest is really well done, nicely painted. It's a little bit washed out, but overall it's pretty well done. The vest itself looks good with all sorts of bits and bobs and doodads all over it, pouches and such, and it doesn't have really any paint on it, but it looks good. The figure itself doesn't have a ton of paint on it, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily need it either. The navy blue, the gunmetal, and the black is really all you need. And then, of course, you've got, for this configuration, a really nice head sculpt up top. So you've got almost kind of like a Sub-Zero looking mask with more of that carbon fiber mesh along the sides. And then you've got a ridge that runs down the top just to break him up a little bit. The big mouthpiece, I really dig on this. And then you've got some fantastic printing on the face for those brown eyes with the eyebrows. Very clean and crisp. And everything's just really straight and well applied. I have 0 issues on this figure overall when it comes to paint. And then I think the overall design is just incredibly well done. He looks like a bad guy army builder. It's exactly what you want him to be right out of the box. But when it comes to accessories, you can make this guy into something more, or into just something different. Like I said, I think this guy looks his coolest when he is fully kitted out, so when you've got everything on him. And to start with, we'll talk about his weaponry, so what he comes with as far as guns and everything. So he does have a few on him already. We've got his little dagger here, his little knife. This is just done up in black, but it has a nice little Cobra hilt on it there, so there's a Cobra with some fangs crossing the blade. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera without the light cooperating too much, but there is a nice little Cobra there, so it's a very unique thing. We've got these 2 pistols. I'm not sure if they are or aren't, but they could very well be Nerf guns as far as I know, just like everything else in this line. So 2 little pistols, and I do like these. They very much work well with the holsters that he comes with. They sit in there very snug, no expectation that they're going anywhere. We've got this kind of massive blaster rifle. This, I'm pretty sure, is a Nerf gun. I'm pretty sure when this guy was revealed, we knew it was a Nerf gun at the time, one of those big honking guns. And it's really cool. I mean, I like the design. It's again, one of those very futuristic guns that we see in this line, but I'm okay with that kind of stuff. For me personally, it doesn't bother me. And then you can take this big peg and pop it on his back there, so it's kind of stuck in place, and now he's already got 1 gun. And then you've got this one, this kind of machine gun here, and again, this is probably a Nerf gun. I'm betting someone down in the comments is telling me exactly which guns these are, which I like to see because it's hilarious to me. And no paint on any of these, but they do look really good. You know, if someone was able to paint them up, they'd look even better. And there is a little easier way to get these in here. There's kind of a specific, there you go, do the big gun on his left and the smaller gun on his right. They seem to fit a little bit better in that configuration, but they all sit there. So right now you've got all of his weaponry on him, which I absolutely love. Very much a fan of that kind of stuff. So let's take those off just to get him out of the way. And then he's got a few other things. So we've got this guy here, and I'm pretty sure this is just like an armband or something. Again, G.I. Joe is not my strong suit when it comes to knowing everything about a figure, but you can pop this on the arm here and ride it up onto the bicep area, and then he's got this little marker on him. So you've got another way to kind of differentiate your figure. So pop it on there, and then you've got it with that little kind of V, the chevron look. It's just red with some black paint on it, but it is very much a unique indicator, so maybe like a squad leader or something like that. Then we've got the goggles for this guy, so you can pop these on, just slip them over his head, and this will lend him to look more like the box art. So you've got the goggles with the black and the red slits for the eyes, and then you pop the helmet on, and this dude is ready to go. This is my preferred look for these guys. I mean, if I were to have a handful of them, they would probably all look like this. I know I said you can just do whatever you want and have a bunch of different troopers, but at the same time, this looks cool. I'm really happy with the helmet. I really like those goggles, and when you combine it with that mask on his face, it just makes him look evil and sinister and really cool. Paint on this thing's pretty well done. No real issues to speak of. The overall design and the look is just tremendous. I'm very, very happy with how this guy turns out once you get everything on him. I mean, he's just got a lot going for him. Very much an asymmetrical look when he's got the little marker indicator on him. And yeah, what can you say bad about that? He looks awesome. So at the end of the day, the only real negative about this figure, and I'm going to say it one more time, is how much of a pain it is to get one. It is way too hard to get this figure, from instant online sellouts to not being able to find them in store to scalpers just ruining the hobby for everyone. This thing is way too difficult to get, but once you finally get one, you're going to absolutely love it. And that's kind of a double-edged sword, because once you get one, there's no way you're not going to want a second one. And I very much want a few of these guys, so I am still on the lookout for more of them. I think this is easily one of, if not the best figure in the classified line right now, because you can just do so much with it. It's really versatile. It moves really well. It has a great design, great sculpt, great paint applications, tons of accessories, a number of ways to change up his look and his feel and make him unique amongst other troopers, and it's just a quintessential type of army builder figure. Hasbro really did a fantastic job with this outside of the exclusivity of the figure. So that's going to do it for this look at the Cobra Island Cobra Trooper. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.